see. I'm gonna tell you how many. Let's bring us on Facebook here. And then, bum, bum, bum. All right. So we have pick a number 1 to 71.
Pick a number between 1 and 71. I will choose a number made of multiples of each other. I'll choose 39.
Yeah. 39. Okay. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so this comes from my friend Amy. Got a great podcast. Yes, but why? And it's C4. Our suggestion is C4, the letter C4.
C4.
Yeah.
C4. Thank you, C4.
Thank you.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you that I'm scared.
You should be.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
I feel like you are expecting me to say don't be scared, but it's like
I
no.
was. Yeah, I was expecting you to be like, no, it's okay, don't worry.
No.
Okay.
It's scary.
It is scary. Like, okay, so I always wanted to save people. I always wanted to be like a person who would like a first responder, like a rescue person,
Hero.
yeah, like there's a hero in me, man.
There is.
But maybe it's not now.
Not today. It's not. I'm going to say it's not today.
It's not today.
It's not coming out today. There's a hero in you for sure. But yeah, no.
Okay, but I'm scared, but I want to be a hero, right? I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And like, does that guy get scared?
Well, that guy gets scared, but that guy doesn't show that guy's scared. Unless that guy explains that, hey, I'm scared to get something, right? Where it's like, I'm going to explain I'm scared because I want to, if it's James Bond, James Bond never says he's scared.
James Bond never gets scared.
He never gets scared.
The Rock is never scared.
The Rock is never, I mean, with the name like The Rock, you can't be like, does you smell what The Rock is cooking? It's fear. Never says that.
No, the Rock never gets scared.
Who are the top heroes? Well, who are your top 5 heroes? And let's see if any of those 5 get scared once. Do they say?
Okay. Top 5 heroes. Captain America. Dude is big.
Well, okay. He might say, so you say, I feel like somebody says, I'm scared, Captain America. And he goes, look, we're all scared, but we got to do this. But he doesn't, He doesn't volunteer that he's scared.
And he's not like cowering at the back of the line.
Right.
He's like, I'm at the front. Yeah. Okay. Captain America. I don't know why this came to mind, but Matlock.
Well, what do you mean you don't know why that came to mind, Matlock?
Well, it's a split.
He gets in front of a jury. What's more frightening? He's doing that in front of people and he goes, here, I have to lay out my case. He never says he's scared. He doesn't even say it with the confidentiality of lawyer-client. He won't say it.
No, he won't say it. But now that I'm thinking about these people, Angela Lansbury in Murder, She Wrote, she was brave as heck.
She would never say she's scared. Like if somebody said to her, are you scared, Jessica Fletcher? Are you scared?
Right.
She would say, that's an interesting question, but she would never admit to it. She would then tie it around. And then at the end, she'd go, and that's why you're the murderer, right?
That's right. Yeah. She caught that Black Widow murderer.
Yes.
Like so bravely. Okay. Captain America, Matlock, Angela Lansbury.
Or are you talking, wait, are you talking Angela Lansbury, the actress, or?
No,
because
Jessica
she was on
Fletcher.
Broadway.
Jessica Fletcher. She was on Broadway. Okay, but since we're talking about it, she was Mrs. Lovett in Sweeney Todd. She did get scared there.
She did. The character got scared, or
the character got scared.
Right.
I don't know. She's so good. They blur for me.
And you know what? There are some schools of I took a Meisner class. Yeah, and they said, there really are no characters. It's just you. So
okay, what else don't I know about you, Tom?
Okay, well, I could give you the top 5.
Give me the top 5. Let's
Things
pause
you
my
don't.
top 5. Tell me your top 5.
Okay, number one is I took a Meisner class.
You took Meister class.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was seeing this guy and I was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." So I went along with
Yeah.
him to a Meisner class, and then the
Yeah.
teacher's like, "You can't just watch; you got to get up." So I popped up there. So I took a Meisner class.
Okay.
I'm in a pickleball league. I don't even know if you know what pickleball is.
Pickleball.
Yeah,
I do know what pickleball is. I see it and I confuse it with tennis and I don't know the difference, but I know the name.
it's instead of tennis is a racket with strings. This is like a
Okay.
hard. It's almost like playing ping pong. It's almost like playing
Oh,
mini tennis, but ping pong.
big ping pong, small
It's like
tennis.
big ping pongs. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a middle name.
Tom.
I do not. My parents
Okay.
never gave me a middle name.
Okay. I feel like I saw Tom Sherlock with like an F in the middle, but am I making that up?
No, you're not
You
making
put,
that up. I put it there because in college I was in a public speaking class and they said, "Oh, if you could add more letters to your name, you get more credibility." So they either have to
oh,
come after your name like a doctor or a lawyer,
oh,
or
yeah.
they're like just put it in the middle of it. And I was like, "Ooh, Tom F." And then I'm like, I
I
like
mean,
that. So you
yeah.
did see that. That is correct, but I actually don't have a middle name. It's
Oh,
part of my personal branding.
I love, I am so impressed by you right now. I
Really?
have to say, I am so impressed by you. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
thank
you like you
you.
play a sport I don't know about. You like took up like acting can be kind of scary. You took up acting for a boyfriend. I love this.
Yep.
You've been like stringing around a fake middle initial for years.
Yep.
Even I didn't know, and I'm one of your best friends. Give me
Yep.
the fourth one. Let me keep
Uh,
loving you.
Fourth, I can eat red peppers, but I can't eat any other color pepper. Red peppers are the only ones I can eat
Oh,
cooked or raw. I can't have green peppers, make me sick. I don't like yellow peppers. I don't like
oh,
orange peppers, and I don't like striped. There's a stripe that's orange
oh.
and red, but I can only have like I love red peppers. I don't love any other kind of pepper. And in fact, I can't stand any other kind of pepper.
That's so specific.
Yeah.
That is like so specific and so fascinating. And that explains why when we went to go get fajitas that one time, right?
Like,
And like
wow.
I get it. I get it. Okay.
And I didn't want to say, "Oh, can we get it without the peppers?" Because that's an integral part of a fajita. So that's why I'm like, "Oh, I'm hungry, but not that hungry." Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a fajita without the peppers is just like onions,
Yeah. It's just onions
right?
and
It's
meat.
it's just onions and meat.
Yeah. So it's
Okay,
different.
what's the fifth one?
And the fifth one is when I was a young guy, I was like 6, 7 years old. I was like 7 years old, and I was a strong swimmer. Like I was a
Yeah.
really strong swimmer as a kid, and
Yeah.
I saved another kid from drowning.
Tom, you're the hero.
I will. I was
You
the
were a
hero,
hero.
and I
You
wasn't
saved a whole kid.
scared. I wasn't scared.
You weren't scared at all?
No, I'll never remember it. I was at Seal Beach, which is when I was living in
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
I saw this kid wander, like I was watching this kid, it must have been 3 years old, it was, well, 2 or 3, well, it looked like it barely could walk, like
Yeah.
like a new fawn, it was like it was
Yeah.
walking, and the parents had a dog. And the dog was running around. So the parents were focused on the dog. And I watched this, I'll never forget. I watched this kid wobble to the water
Oh.
and then went in the water. And for some reason, my young brain said that's not right. And it was face down. And I went out there and I pulled that kid to the beach. Yeah, I was seven, I think. I was like 6 or 7, or like maybe it was gonna be 7. It was near my 7th birthday.
Okay. Okay, but like maybe the F stands for freaking hero. Because like maybe so we got through like 3 or 4 of my heroes. Like you're number 4. You're the next one. You were like you saved someone and you weren't even scared and you were like a little kid. Like I wouldn't trust a 6-year-old to put like a lid on a soda.
No, I wouldn't. That's the thing. I wouldn't either.
But
And
like
I'd be
you
like, get
saved someone.
away from the kid. I would yell at that kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I guess it's because I didn't even think about it.
Oh, I think you're Okay, so I'm not trying to make it about me, but I
Well,
feel like maybe the lesson here is that I'm overthinking everything in that way that maybe I do.
well, who's your fifth hero?
Is it supposed to be me? Am I supposed to be my fifth hero?
Are you
Is that
asking me?
I'm asking you. Is that like too Hallmark? I don't know. I'm like looking I'm I'm grasping at straws here.
Well, do you mean if you mean that if you look if you objectively look at your life,
Yeah.
you've been through and have overcome a lot.
I have overcome a lot. That's true. And like, I mean, I just wanna I just wanna march into my boss's office and tell him to to just to
So,
just to like let me leave.
so what's stopping you?
I'm scared. He treats everyone like crap.
Well,
And like and he what about my 401k? What about my mortgage? What about what
you-
about what about Stephanie? What about my children?
what
What
about you?
about what I mean,
What about you, CJ? What about you?
well,
Where do you
I
rank
mean,
on that list? I know where he ranks.
yeah, he's a powerful he's like the number one guy. If you want to work in textiles, he's the number one guy,
Maybe he
right? And
was the number one guy. Maybe
oh,
maybe you could be the number one guy.
I mean, I feel like I'm dancing around something
Yeah.
that is something like if I put myself first, what if I fail?
Well, could I ask you a question?
Of course, of course.
What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail?
I'd quit my fucking job.
So why
I
don't you
would
get
quit
up
my
there,
job.
walk into his office right now and quit his job? Just quit your job. Quit your job. Walk into his office now and quit your job now.
Okay, but hear me out. Like I don't know. I mean, I have some savings. Stephanie has a great job. The kids, their college stuff is like it's already taken care of. I got really lucky.
Wait. I know she's a district attorney. You have
Yeah,
savings
she's
for
doing
your kids
crazy.
already. Your college. Go.
Yeah, the kids. Well, and the kids are really good at sports, right? Taylor's
Go. No, I mean, come on. Taylor is getting a
like
full-on scholarship to whatever
yeah,
college they want to go to. Let's be honest. Like
yeah.
that's so go.
Okay, okay, but so
You're
maybe
saying
what
two
I'm
things there. You're saying okay, and then you're saying but.
okay. It's I.
What did
You're
you
a
put the
very
period
good.
at the okay? Put the period. Be your own hero today, CJ. Be your own
You're a
hero.
very good listener, Tom. You're a very good listener, and I don't like it. Okay, because you said that I should be scared, right? You were
Yeah,
like, yeah, you should be scared. And
but
now you're telling me, be your own hero. And I'm like,
you should be scared, and you could be your own hero. You know who's afraid? You know who's afraid?
me, right? Me,
Everyone.
CJ.
Everyone. Yeah.
You
Oh,
weren't afraid.
you know who my number one hero is?
Who?
Well, besides, I mean, my mom, but besides my mom, my fictional hero,
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Okay. He was he was quite brave.
He was also quite afraid of snakes.
Oh yeah.
And he was put in a pit of snakes. There was a snake in the cockpit of that plane.
Oh yeah.
Didn't stop him.
Didn't stop him.
He admitted, I'm afraid,
Yeah.
yet he still did it. And somebody even say he did it longer than he should have. He kind of wore out his welcome. And there's a new one coming up too, which is like,
Yeah.
okay,
Oh
whatever.
yeah. I
But
mean, that's exciting for you. Yeah.
it's exciting because I'm like, I'm gonna, you know what, I'll watch whatever it is. And I think like Crystal Skull actually was underrated, but that's getting us off topic. And the topic is
Sure.
you could still be scared. They're not mutually exclusive.
I mean, I think so I think you're right. And I think I don't know, it's just like you're trying to be a man, and there's something about being a man that says you gotta be bold, like the rock, right? You gotta be big and strapping and aggressive and assertive, and you gotta go take it. And it's just what if, right? Am I gonna still be a man if I don't have a job?
Aren't you
Right?
gonna be more of a man and more of a man to your kids to show them it's more important for me to be happy and have quality of life than to sit in
Yeah.
a situation that I don't enjoy. And in fact, it brings me down.
Yes, yes. I mean, yes. Like,
We're putting ideals of what men are like based on like our father's generation, where it's like, you got to be a man. It's like, well, yeah, but
yeah.
being a man doesn't mean you can't be scared. It's fear is a natural reaction. It's what we do in response to that.
I mean, you're so logical and you're so progressive.
It's also
And
okay for me to say this because it's far easier for me to tell you what to do than to do it
well,
myself.
I mean, like, you've been trying to get out of your relationship for a while and are still in it.
You walk into your boss's office right now. I'll get on the phone right now.
You're gonna call Franklin today.
I'll call Franklin. I'm gonna call Franklin right now.
Shut it.
No,
Do it.
I'm calling Franklin and
He
you can do whatever you want, but I know what I'm gonna do.
he has treated you like shit for years.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm not gonna walk into his office.
I'm calling right now. I'm putting Franklin on speaker.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're so brave. I
And
love this for you.
I'm gonna break up with him if he answers or not. Because I can talk
You're
myself out of breaking up. I can be like, well, I should do it in person. That's the no.
Yeah, yeah. Voicemail, break up with that dude. Voicemail, do it.
I'm gonna break up as soon as Franklin answers, whatever it is.
Voicemail, do it.
Whether he is. Hey, Franklin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Franklin. Hey, listen, I'm with CJ here, and we were talking about being brave
Uh-huh.
and being fearless.
I'm very fearless.
I need to be fearless myself. I think it's really best if we don't see each other anymore.
You're breaking up with me?
Yeah.
I guess I should be fearless about this.
Yeah, you should be fearless about this.
I am still very angry.
As you should be. Thank you.
Is there a reason, or has this always been something that was going to happen?
I think we both know that it's something that's been in the works for a while, and I think we need to live our best lives, and that needs to be separate.
Am I going to
Thank you,
get
goodbye.
flowers?
No flowers. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. No flowers. Thank you. Goodbye.
You're my hero. You did it.
Now it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna get up from this desk and I am not gonna come back. Because I'm gonna get up from this desk at my office. I'm gonna close all of my
You're gonna walk
things.
out.
I'm gonna pack up my briefcase
You're gonna walk
and
out.
I am not gonna return, and I will text you when I get home.
Franklin's calling. Should I just let it go to voicemail?
Just let it go to voicemail. All right. I'm gonna do it.
Be your own hero. Be your own hero, CJ.
I'm gonna be my own hero. Thank you.
Scene. Nikki, you're like I don't know if you know this. You're one of my all-time favorite people to play with. I don't know if
Well,
you
thank
know
you so
that.
much. That's
Oh.
so generous. You're one of my all-time favorite people to play with.
It is. It's just you're one of those people that I feel like is like an instant connection. And the more we got to know about each other off stage, the more it's like,
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a delight to be able to see you again after so long and be like, it's like no time has passed and we can do this really fun thing together here in my office.
And a special thanks to my buddy Bill Cott, who played Franklin, who I didn't even message. That's how great of an improviser he is. I didn't tell him I'm going to call you. I didn't give him any scenario. He just right into it with us.
I love it. Good job, Bill.
He's just one of those guys that's just like, no matter what to me, it's like the true improviser. He's going to jump in, no questions asked. He's going to hear what I say and then just find his spin on it. It's so great.
So I'm so glad that he could join us.
You're in Utah now.
I'm in Utah, yeah.
And it's been, for you improv wise, it's been a long journey to get to where you are now. What got you into improv? How did you get started? And what made you take a class or do a show?
That's a good question. So I was living in New York. My friend Joshua was doing musical improv. So I saw him do it. And then, so his team opened for Christina Gausas and,
Scott
no, the woman she was playing with, who is now in LA teaching. Either way, I saw their 2-person show and I was just like floored. And like so inspired by Christina. And I was like, I want to me too. And so I was lucky enough to be in New York and I started at UCB and I fell into that thing that's sort of like you do, where I took all the classes and I did the sketch program, I did the improv program, and I was doing like 8 shows a week. And I was lucky enough to study with Christina and she's been a huge mentor for me. And yeah, and it just sort of like changed my life and like opened my heart.
Oh, and then did you go from New York to San Diego?
So I went from New York to San Diego, where I did the training program at Finest City, and then I was teaching and coaching there. And then I left San Diego to go to grad school. And so I performed at the Torch and I coached started their house team program, which was really fun. And then since I left Phoenix, I haven't done hardly any improv. And that was like 2 years ago. And so like, this is the first long form scene that I have done in 2 years.
Really?
So,
And I only ended it. I mean, we went, I don't know how, 15 minutes or what. I could have gone forever because it's so easy working with you. And we met in San Diego.
Yes.
And we were there, and through circumstance, I was going to do a thing with Amy.
Yep.
And Amy was like, oh, I can't make it. Why don't you play with Nikki? And you and I talked for, I think we said it earlier. We talked for like 20 minutes and then did like a 20-minute set afterwards after never really knowing each other. And it was just one of those amazing moments. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it so much. I think about that set often. And I think like, I really appreciate, I think that I really appreciate it about you is just how like chill and grounded you are, right? It comes both with experience, but I think like just a testament to sort of like your natural talent for this sort of stuff, where you're just like, yeah, I'm down to do feelings talk. I'm down to do weird stuff. It makes it so easy.
I mean, isn't that, you have that same attitude and that same style as well, don't you think? I mean, it seems like that's the natural way to make this easy, is just to be down for whatever.
I mean, I think so. I think like I have over time gotten better at like, in New York, I used to do these shows where they called the scary show, where you had to do a thing that you were scared to do on stage. And so it took me a long time to do like accents or like move more, stuff like that. But I think you're right. Like just being able to settle in and be like, I'm a feelings blob, down for anything. I'm going to be really interested in you.
Feelings blob. I'm down for anything. And it is, some people might have that in them. It might take a while. I think for me, it was a journey of like going from a short form energy, because I love doing that, and the quick and the fast. It's like we got to get to it. And then it's like, oh, and then you start doing a little more long form. And then eventually you're like, I feel like I've got enough of these skills that however you want to play, I'll be able to do it. I can remove my judgment of wanting or not wanting to do it and just be like, all right, cool. Well, it's a show that's great. Let me just enjoy it as much as I can. And then afterwards, try to think about it as little as possible.
It's funny. I did my first short form show in years. I mean, I never even trained short form a couple of weeks ago. And it was like a really good challenge for me to be like, okay, this is like fast and choppy and not the sort of like nice and slow thing you get to luxuriate in. It's like, okay, I'm just going to let this be what it is. And then forget all about it.
And that's what we're trying to get to, I think, as you are a coach and a teacher as well, of like, how do we get people to get to that point where you're just like, this is just the way it is, and let's just enjoy this and enjoy it for what it is. And even if it's a bad scene, it's like, just enjoy the terrible scene. And
Totally. Like, I think that I love about improv too is it's given me a greater capacity for sitting with awkwardness in real life, right? Like when you're in an awkward scene, you're like, okay, I can do anything for 3.5 minutes. And so in real life, like you'll get a cocktail party. You're like, okay, remember when we had cocktail parties?
Oh,
Um,
those days. But
yeah.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Those, those socially awkward, especially those moments. And you're like,
Mhm.
oh, it allows me to sit in it, and it allows me to now have a new skill of those awkward moments virtually. It's a different than in person live. It's a
Mhm.
different type of awkward, and you have to adjust to that as well. And it's like and
Yeah.
we're all trying to do it. So nobody is ahead of anybody in understanding how
Okay.
this works.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you're doing this on a regular basis. It's such a delight.
Oh, well, it's I tell people it's a very selfish thing because it makes me feel good because I get to
Yeah.
connect with either people I don't know or people like you where it's like, oh my God, we could have done this before, but we
Yeah.
never did because of life. And we're like, it can't work. And now it's like, well, this is the alternative, and what an amazing thing it has. So I'm
Yeah.
truly, it's a truly selfish thing of like, oh, I get to laugh and play with people all day and people that I know or don't know. So
I mean, good job being selfish.
take care of me first.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that self-care.
If people want to connect with you, whether it's like they want to watch things you're doing online or creating, or
Yeah.
they want to reach out to you, be a teacher, coach, or anything like that, like what's the
Yeah.
best way they can do it?
Thank you for asking. I think the best way to do it is probably on the social media. So I will comment on this post. So you can message me on Facebook. And then I am on both Twitter and Instagram as Dr. Nikki, DRNIKKI. I'm a fake doctor. I'm a
When
fake doctor on the internet.
you're not a fake doctor.
I will be a real doctor soon. I will be a real PhD doctor soon. But for now, I'm a fake doctor.
All right, fake doctor. Well, whether it's in person, virtual, whatever, I can't wait to play with you again. Thank you
Oh,
so
same.
much, Nikki. You're the best.
Thank you, Jay. You're the best.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.